Amara's husband could not sleep, could not stop, and would never die. The bathroom door shook on its hinges. 4 a.m. Amara collapsed against the tile floor, too weak to stand anymore. Through the wood, Quame's voice came, wide awake, perfectly alert, that endless need pulsing in every syllable. "My love, please open the door, I'm ready again." Her reflection stared back from the mirror, a walking corpse, hollow-eyed, trembling. 3 hours of sleep in 5 days. The door handle twisted. "You can rest later, I promise, just not now." And suddenly she remembered. 6 months ago at that riverside shrine, the priestess had grabbed her throat and whispered, "The gods don't grant wishes. They grant punishments disguised as answers." Subscribe right now, because someone else prayed for this same husband, and when you find out who, your jaw will drop. Don't miss a second of this. 6 months earlier, Amara sat at her younger sister Akasua's traditional engagement ceremony, drowning in kente cloth and humiliation. Drums pounded, guests danced, and across the compound, her aunt's voice cut through the celebration like a machete. Amara, still no husband. Your younger sister is marrying before you." Laughter rippled through the guests. Whispers followed. Amara felt every eye on her, burning with pity and judgment. She gripped her glass of palm wine so hard her knuckles went white. Her mother materialized beside her, fingers digging into Amara's arm as she dragged her toward the kitchen. The moment they crossed the threshold, away from prying eyes, her mother's face twisted with anger. "I'm tired of this shame," her mother hissed. "Every event, every single one, they mock our family because of you." "You want me to marry any man?" Amara's voice cracked. "Like the ones who disappear after 2 months, the ones who promise forever and vanish." Her mother's eyes were cold. "I want you to marry someone, anyone, before I die of embarrassment." The words hung between them like a curse. That night, Amara's best friend Essie arrived at her apartment with a bottle of palm wine and a dangerous suggestion. "My cousin went to the priestess at Volta Riverside," Essie said, pouring them both generous cups. "She prayed for a child, pregnant within a month." Amara shook her head. "That's dangerous, those old ways." "More dangerous than dying alone and shamed." Essie's eyes were gentle but honest. "I'm not saying you should, I'm just saying it's an option." Amara stared at her phone. 3 unread messages to a man who'd ghosted her 2 weeks ago. Read receipts showed he was ignoring her deliberately. Another pattern, another abandonment. She made a decision. The journey to the shrine took 2 hours through red clay roads that turned her car rust-colored. The village was remote, forgotten by modernity, where old gods still listened. The shrine sat exactly where river met forest, and the air smelled of incense and something older, something like decay and power mixed together. The priestess emerged from the shadows, ancient, white clay painted across her face in patterns Amara didn't understand. Cowrie shells clattered around her neck and wrists. Amara knelt, hands shaking as she presented her offerings. A bottle of schnapps, white cloth, a handful of coins. "Speak your prayer," the priestess commanded. "Give me a husband who desires me endlessly," Amara said, the words tumbling out desperate and raw. "Who never stops wanting me, who never tires of me. I'm so tired of being left behind." The priestess's eyes flashed completely white for a heartbeat. She spoke in you first, words that made the air feel thick and wrong. Then she switched to English. "Girl, you ask for forever. The gods don't do temporary. Once given, it cannot be ungiven." "Good," Amara's voice was hard. "I'm tired of temporary men." The ritual was violent. The priestess slit a white chicken's throat, let the blood run into river water, mixed it with herbs that smoked when they touched liquid. She chanted in a language that predated the village, predated the river itself. The air grew heavy. Amara's ears popped like she was descending in an airplane. When it was done, Amara stood to leave, relieved to escape the oppressive atmosphere. The priestess lunged forward with shocking speed, skeletal fingers wrapping around Amara's throat. When you return begging, and you will, the price is your firstborn sleep forever. Her breath smelled like grave dirt. Remember I told you. Amara tore away and ran. 6 weeks later, Amara wore gold as a bridesmaid at a friend's wedding reception. The music was loud, the food was plenty, and she was trying to enjoy herself when she felt eyes on her. She turned. Quaim stood across the room, tall, handsome, well-dressed in a crisp white kaftan. But it wasn't his appearance that made her breath catch. It was the way he was looking at her, like she was the only person in the entire venue, like he'd been searching for her his whole life. He crossed straight to her, never breaking eye contact. "I don't know why," he said, voice soft and urgent, "but I feel like I've been looking for you my entire life." The courtship was a whirlwind. Quaim called 50 times a day. He showed up at her school with lunch. He sent flowers to her classroom. He wrote her poetry. 3 dates in, he proposed. "Why wait?" His eyes were intense, burning. "I know you're the one. I've never been more certain of anything." Essie warned her, "Amara, this is crazy fast." But Amara was drunk on attention, drowning in the intoxication of finally being wanted. "For once someone is obsessed with me. Let me have this." 3 months later they married. The traditional ceremony was beautiful. Libation poured, bride price paid, kente cloth everywhere. Amara's mother glowed with vindication. Finally, her mother announced to anyone who would listen, "See, my daughter is wanted." The white wedding followed 2 weeks later. Everything was perfect. The wedding night started passionate. Quaim was attentive, loving, gentle, but an hour passed, then 2, then 3. Dawn light began creeping through the hotel curtains, and Quaim showed no signs of slowing down. He hadn't yawned once, hadn't seemed tired at all. "Baby, please," Amara whispered, exhausted. "I need to sleep." Quaim pulled back, genuinely confused. "Sleep, but I'm not tired. Why would you be tired?" Week 1 of marriage, they were intimate 6 times a day. Amara was sore but told herself it was just the newlywed phase. It would normalize. Week 2, Quaim looked genuinely hurt when she said no. "Don't you want me? Did I do something wrong?" His eyes filled with tears and guilt flooded through her. Week 3, he started waking her. 2 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 a.m., always ready, always wanting. She noticed he slept maybe 30 minutes per night maximum. How was that possible? Week 4, she woke to find him sitting in the dark, just watching her sleep. "How long have you been watching me?" She whispered, unsettled. "An hour, maybe more." His smile was loving but wrong somehow. "Even your breathing makes me need you." By month 2, Amara was barely functioning. At school, teaching her primary 4 class, she had to grip the desk to stay upright. Her students noticed. "Teacher, are you sick?" Quaim called 70 times during school hours. He showed up at the school gate during lunch. "Can we go to the car? Just 15 minutes." Other teachers stared. The headmistress pulled her aside. "Is everything all right at home?" At night, Quaim became jealous of everything. Her bathing alone, her phone calls with Essie, her lesson planning. "Why do you need privacy from your husband?" His voice was hurt, confused. "What are you hiding?" It all came crashing down one night, when Amara locked herself in the bathroom and collapsed, sobbing. She called Essie with shaking hands. I think he's killing me. I think I'm actually dying." Outside the door, Quaim's voice came soft and patient. "My love, I can hear you crying. Let me comfort you. Let me hold you." The door handle jiggled continuously. But what happened next changed everything, and the person responsible was someone Amara trusted most. Essie physically dragged Amara to the hospital the next morning. The doctor's report was devastating. Severe malnutrition, dehydration, dangerous levels of exhaustion. "Whatever is causing this stress, you need complete separation from it." "Can you examine her husband too?" Essie asked. When Quaim came in for examination, the doctor's confusion was visible. Your husband is remarkably healthy, unusual energy levels. He barely seems to need sleep at all. The doctor looked between them, puzzled. I've never seen vitals like this. It's almost superhuman. Essie took Amara to her house that night and hid her phone. At 11 p.m., violent pounding shook the front gate. Amara, Quame's voice carried through the night. Please, I need you. It's like burning from inside. Essie marched to the gate, furious. You're killing her, can't you see that? Through the metal bars, Quame's face crumpled. He slid down to sit on the ground, sobbing. I don't understand what's wrong with me. I can't stop thinking about her. It's like constant hunger that eating never satisfies. I think something is wrong with my mind. For the first time Essie saw it. Quame wasn't a monster. He was trapped too. Inside, Amara lay in Essie's guest room, staring at the ceiling. And suddenly, like lightning, the memory crashed into her. The riverside shrine, her prayer, the priestess's warning, the gods don't do temporary. She sat bolt upright, gasping. Oh God, what did I do? She told Essie everything about the shrine, the ritual, the prayer for endless desire. Essie's face went pale. We go back tomorrow, we end this. The next morning, before they could leave, someone knocked on the door. Amara's mother stood on the threshold, face wet with tears, looking terrified. Amara, before you go, I have to tell you something. The silence stretched painfully. 3 months before you went to that priestess, I went first. Amara's blood turned to ice. I was so tired of watching you hurt, tired of these men abandoning you. Her mother's voice broke. I prayed that your future husband, whoever he turned out to be, would desire you without end, that he'd never stop wanting you the way your father stopped wanting me. You did what? Amara's voice was barely a whisper. I didn't know you would pray too. I was trying to help you. Essie's voice cut through the shock. Oh Jesus, oh no, 2 prayers, same man, same curse. Amara stared at her mother, the horrible math clicking into place. You didn't give me a blessing, you gave me a nightmare, and then I made it worse. If you're as shocked as Amara right now, drop a comment telling us what you would do in this situation. And keep watching because the priestess's solution is not what you think. The drive back to the shrine was silent and tense. All 3 women, Amara, her mother, and Essie, crammed into the car. Amara's mother wouldn't stop apologizing. Amara wouldn't look at her. They reached the riverside at sunset. The priestess was already waiting, cowrie shells spread on the ground in intricate patterns. I knew 3 would return, she said without looking up. 2 prayers always bring 3 people back. She read the shells and her face darkened. Double binding, the priestess's voice was grave. 2 prayers from love, both targeting the same soul. She looked up at Amara. Your husband isn't possessed, he's become the prayer made flesh. He is what you asked for. He will want you until one of you dies. Then break it, Amara begged, please. There are 2 paths. The priestess stood, cowrie shells clinking. Choose carefully. She explained the first option, the 7 nights trial. Both Amara and her mother would have to endure 7 consecutive nights of spiritual trials. They'd face their deepest fears, relive their worst memories, resist dark spirits trying to break them. If either of you breaks, the curse doesn't end, it multiplies. Your daughters will marry men who never rest. Your sons will become men who never rest. 7 generations cursed. The priestess looked at Amara's mother with knowing eyes. You are 56. Your heart is weak. The trials will likely kill you by night 3. Amara's mother stepped forward, resolute. Then I'll die. This is my fault. And if she dies during the trial? Amara asked, voice shaking. The curse transfers entirely to you. Double strength. He will want you every waking moment. You will not survive 6 months. The second option was gentler but permanent, partial redirection. Don't break the curse, reshape it. Channel Quaim's supernatural desire into multiple obsessions, not just Amara. His desire for you drops from constant to 2 or 3 times daily, forever. The priestess's eyes bored into Amara. When you're old, sick, grieving, dying, he will still want you. When you have children crying in the night, he will still want you. This is your life now, every day, until death. Amara stared at her mother, who was willing to die for her mistake. She thought of Quaim, trapped in his own body. She thought of potential children, cursed for generations. The silence stretched. Option 2, Amara's voice was steady. I choose option 2. Amara, no, her mother started. You tried to love me and created a curse. I'm choosing to love him and carry it. This is my decision. The priestess nodded slowly, wise, painful but wise. She provided herbs that smelled rotten, detailed instructions, and one final warning. If you ever stop managing him, if you let him return to full strength, it becomes worse than before. You must be vigilant, every single day. Amara returned home and told Quaim everything. Both prayers, the double binding, the choice she'd made. Quaim's face crumpled. I'm a monster. I'm the thing that's killing you. You're not a monster. Amara took his hands. You're a victim. We're both victims, but we can still choose how we survive this. For the first time since their wedding night, they were truly partners. The redirection strategy became their new life. Quaim channeled his obsessive energy into carpentry, working from 4 a.m. to 7 a.m. building furniture before his regular job. He started ultra-running, training for marathons, burning energy on 40-kilometer daily runs. He launched a furniture business that became his second obsession. He mentored troubled boys at the community youth center, giving his endless energy to helping others. Amara took the priestess's herbs daily. They tasted awful and made her nauseous, but they boosted her stamina enough to survive. The intimate demands dropped from 8 to 10 times daily down to 2 or 3. It was still exhausting. There were nights she just wanted to sleep. Mornings she was too sore. Days she resented him even knowing it wasn't his fault. They created schedules. Morning, lunch break, night. It wasn't romance anymore, it was management. 6 months later, their furniture business was thriving. The showroom displayed beautiful Ghanaian-inspired designs, each piece showing Quaim's obsessive attention to detail. Amara was teaching again, though with reduced hours. She'd regained some weight but still looked tired. They had systems now: energy redirection charts, scheduled intimacy, communication protocols. It wasn't cured, it was managed, forever. People think curses are dramatic, Amara said one evening, arranging fabric samples in the showroom. They're not. They're exhausting. Every single day we wake up and manage it, and we'll manage it until one of us dies. She visited her mother one afternoon, sitting together under an old mango tree. I destroyed your life trying to save it, her mother whispered. You loved me wrong, I loved myself wrong, and now I'm paying for both our mistakes. Amara's voice was tired but not cruel. We both have to live with that. They didn't hug, it wasn't forgiven, not really, but it was accepted, carried, the way you carry any heavy thing you can't put down. 3 months after that, Amara stood in the furniture showroom, organizing fabric samples, when Quaim rushed over, phone in hand. The doctor called, his eyes were bright with joy. It's a girl. Amara's hand went instinctively to her belly, 6 months pregnant, visibly showing. For a split second, pure fear crossed her face. She remembered the priestess's warning about the 7 nights trial. Your daughters will marry men who never rest. She forced a smile. A girl, 1 daughter. Quaim knelt beside her, hands gentle on her stomach. I'll teach her that love shouldn't hurt people, that wanting someone is different from needing them. Amara looked past him, eyes distant. I prayed for unstoppable desire. I got it. And now I'll spend the rest of my life managing it and praying my daughter never makes the same mistake. Quame's hand slid around Amara's waist, possessive even in his gentleness. She closed her eyes, took a deep breath, and prepared herself. Again. The gods don't give blessings. They give exactly what you ask for. Be specific. Be very specific. If this story sent chills down your spine, hit that subscribe button, drop a comment, and like this video. Would you have taken the deadly trial or lived with the curse forever?